Have you ever attended a class that focused on teaching financial literacy or personal finance? Because dealing with one's personal finances is not typically covered in the curriculum of most schools, the answer to your question is probably no. However, given that it is such an important component of leading a happy and healthy life, it should unquestionably be a component of the education of every single teenager. Therefore, if your school is not going to take care of it for you, you will need to take responsibility for it yourself. Here are 7 money tips for teenagers. Number 7. Learn about budgeting. If your parents keep a personal budget for themselves, you should begin by seeking some guidance from them. Try it out at a free website like Mint if you are working and bringing in your own money to manage if you want to. You can still gain understanding of how to create and stick to a budget, which is valuable knowledge even if you are not yet accountable for any monthly payments. Enter your numbers and then look to see what the result is. If you find that you are spending more money than you are earning, you may want to consider making some adjustments to the way that you shop. Create a budget that takes into account all of your monthly expenditures, such as food, transportation, entertainment, and savings, taking into account your long-term financial objectives as well as your current income and costs. Make sure your spending doesn't surpass your revenue. If it's at all possible, you should steer clear of using credit cards and other types of credit altogether because it's all too easy to go over budget and rack up debt. Instead, you should pay with cash or a debit card so that you can stick to your financial plan. Number 6. Save a portion of everything. If you do not already have a savings account, the first thing you should do is start one. If you are under the age of 18, you may need your parents to co-sign or open the account for you. Keep some of the money that comes your way, whether it's a birthday check from a relative, a cash gift from mom or dad, a paycheck, or even your weekly or monthly allowance. It doesn't matter what kind of money it is, you should always set aside some of it for savings. You are doing yourself some good even if you only save 25% of your income. Doing so is still beneficial. Number 5. Find better deals. When you are thinking about making a purchase, you should always check to see whether the item is listed on eBay or Amazon at a lesser price first. Signing up for email updates from FatWallet or Slick Deals will allow you to receive a list of daily deals on a variety of products directly in your inbox. This will allow you to take advantage of even more possibilities. Number 4. Start building and improving your credit score. Sign up for a secured card, which is guaranteed by the money you deposit into the account if you do not have a credit history and are unable to get a standard credit card. Make only low-cost purchases with it, then pay off the entire debt on time and in full every single month. If you decide to get a credit card, make it a rule for yourself that you will never carry debt on it. Your credit score is extremely important because it determines things such as the interest rates on loans for automobiles and homes, as well as the premiums for auto insurance, and some companies even use it when making hiring decisions. Get started right now on constructing or enhancing your score. Teens need to be aware that maintaining a high credit score can help them save money on a variety of expenses, such as monthly payments for a cell phone or auto insurance premiums. When it comes time for your kid to move out of the family home and into their own apartment, a good credit score can improve their chances of being approved for rental and loan agreements, as well as potentially saving them money on their utility bills. Remind your adolescent that irresponsible financial behavior can have an immediate impact on their credit score. Consider having a conversation with your children about the importance of checking their credit reports at least once a year to ensure that no one has started an account in their name. Number 3. Understand wants and needs. Your parents are now meeting the majority of your requirements, such as providing you with food, a place to live, and the required monthly services that include things like gas and electricity. Everything else that you are considering purchasing is a want. This lesson is going to make a lot more sense in the future, but in a word, you should always aim to lower your expenses of necessities as much as possible and eliminate or postpone as many wants as you can. This will allow you to save as much money as possible. Number 2. Forget about peer pressure. Have you ever felt like you were falling behind because your friend had the newest smartphone and you didn't? Put that out of your mind. Ignore any teasing or making fun of you that may come your way. If you are shelling out your money solely to placate your acquaintances, you are not doing yourself any favors and are only contributing to the problem. Peer pressure and spending money are 2 things that should never go together. It is essential to have a clear understanding of who you are and what you believe in. When you have a strong sense of who you are, it is much simpler to withstand the influence of your peers and to make decisions that are in line with your principles. Surround yourself with friends who will always have your back and will always push you to do what's best for you. When you have positive role models in your life, it is easier to reject the bad influences that may try to get you to behave in certain ways. Although it's not always easy, learning how to politely decline an offer is an essential life skill. Exercise saying no in a manner that is respectful and forceful, and keep in mind that it's okay to put your own requirements and principles ahead of those of others. Keep in mind that you are the one responsible for your own decisions and the things that you do. Instead of placing blame on others or letting peer pressure influence your decisions, accept responsibility for your actions and choose the options that are best for you. Number 1. Start earning cash now. As a young adult, you have a wide variety of options available to you for making money. You may provide babysitting services, cut grass, provide academic assistance to younger children, or even run errands for senior citizens in your community. If you have a lot of outdated or unnecessary items lying around the house, you might also try holding a garage sale. The sooner you begin to bring in cash, the sooner you'll have a better handle on how to organize and control it. When it comes to supporting short-term financial goals, you might want to think about introducing your kid to high-interest savings accounts. Teach them how to do it, even though the interest they receive on low account balances may not amount to much in the long run. How do savings accounts with an annual percentage yield of 0.1 and 2% compare? For instance, if you keep $1,000 in a savings account with an annual percentage yield of 2% and leave it there for a year, you will accumulate interest equal to $20. When placed in a savings account with an annual percentage yield of 0.01%, the same $1,000 will only generate earnings of 10 cents after a year. Teach your teen that the goal should always be to increase the amount of money they have. When adolescents reach the age where they have sufficient funds, they ought to think about beginning an investment portfolio. Even if they just put in a very small amount each month, the longer their money is invested, the more wealth it will build up for them over time. Help your kid become familiar with basic investing terminology and guide them through the process of opening an investment account. Because this is money that will be used for long-term purposes in the very distant future, you want them to employ the investing method known as set it and forget it at this point in time. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.